Here's Johnny. Welcome in, guys, to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm D Squared. Trenton is doing the Lord's work today, so he will not be around tonight, unless he just decides to pop in using his phone, via mobile. But guys, welcome into the show. We are talking about pump day pumps and what's happening in the markets. Guys, is it really going to keep going? Is this a fake out or is it not? Is it not a fake out? I don't really know. And guys, we got some Hedera news. Go Hedera. Let's go. Oh, I can't wait to get into that. Check out them bubbles. Check out them charts. Check out the fun. Check out the golden like button, but not down, but up, because that's how we do it in the Blockchain Brew Show. We like it going up, all the way down, all the way down. I got the subscribe bell. Did it 4 times. Sometimes I got it and sometimes I can't get it to work. I'm not gonna lie. Hit the subscribe bell. You'll find it in that corner over there. And the reason why we ask is because YouTube makes you, to be honest. And it's not the greatest thing or feeling in the world to have to ask. But sometimes you just gotta do it so you can grow a little bit. But over here on Rumble and Kick, they love us over there. And we don't have to ask. So it makes it 10 times better over there. And guys, believe it or not, we grew more on Rumble than YouTube and Kick yesterday. So come on, let's go. I mean, shout out to that. That is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Yes, I got me Elysian Space Dust today. Ooh, I got him by the head. What's up, AJ? Crypto pumping now, man. Well, we shall see. Everything's been doing pretty good today, though. Actually, I thought today is a little bit of the dominance was sucked into Bitcoin, to be honest with you, to be completely honest. But, dude, it is looking pretty nice, man. I was really nervous coming into this week. I was really nervous, dude. Let's pop this. Cheers. Cheers to AJ being the first one in the chat. Boom, AJ, it's for you, dog. I hope you're having a happy Wednesday. Hope you're old enough to drink and have a beer yourself. Maybe a coffee or whatever you want to have. What's your favorite crypto, AJ? Do share. I'm going to pull open it over here on X. Take a sip. A little bit of Space Dust was first brewed in 2012 as a small taproom experiment using fresh hops and a touch of magic. Over the years, it was evolved into our most iconic radiating pure star glow energy spreading hop dust throughout the universe beer. Sweet! You liking the sweet and the Solana? Oh, dude, we gotta have to dive into those two right here, right now. I'm gonna add my chart to the stage. Look at Bitcoin. Actually, give me 1 second, AJ. I forgot to do something here. I'm trying to multitask on 45 different platforms. Do that, do this, like this, there, and we're done, and we're back, just like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna skip Bitcoin and Ethereum. Boat Painter, what's up, Boat Painter? Rocking the T from the BitBoy shop. Oh, dude, you know it. That's what's T in the square. It puts in his name. Drummer, you were first. AJ beat you today. Welcome in. You know why I'm rocking this, Boat Painter? It's because I used to work for the BitBoy guys. I used to work for him. He's the most understood crypto influencer out there. I didn't agree with him the last couple months that he had before he went to jail. I hope him is the best, and when he comes out, hopefully I can still help him if I can, guys, because I was regularly in touch with him through this whole thing. He's a pretty crazy guy. That's how me and Trent met. Is I was subpoenaed to court in Georgia. So if you guys don't know this, I am the Pluto Alliance manager last year, and I guess current manager still to this day. We have some plans, hoping for a good future, but yeah. That's why I have to wear the t-shirt, bro. For my Mr. Benjamin Armstrong. But anyways, yeah. What was I doing? Sweet. Let's go check out some Sweet. I got Hedera news. Let's go, Hedera. Let's go. Do you like AJ? Do you like Aptos too? Because Aptos is also part of the Facebook thing where they broke off and became Sweet and Aptos. ITC. What's ITC, do you remember? can't. I feel like I should know this, but I don't. Interesting. Deeper wave or deeper wave, deeper wave. Just slightly. It looks like the bears are in control. Just slightly. I think he means Litecoin. Oh, you're probably right. But why? Nobody likes Litecoin anymore. I first bought Litecoin when it was at $350 last bull run. Dude, I was so green. I had a choice to buy $350 of Litecoin or SafeMoon that came out that night, and I was like, I don't want to figure out how to use the deck. I'll buy Litecoin. Yeah, I messed that one up, though, because I probably would have made some money on SafeMoon. All right, we're gonna go jump to the 1 hour. That's where I want to start. Okay, so we're trending down. We're trending down right now. VWAP is technically up, so we're definitely gonna be pumping. Was this the bottom right here? We're gonna keep falling down. 21 did cross the 50. Interesting. The string's coming up. Money flow is going down, but the VWAP's going up. Why are you giving me mixed baskets of messages here? I'm gonna turn my music up too. Whiff. Oh yeah, the good old Whiff, man. Of course we could check out Whiff. I need Whiff to pump. It pumps all the other memes. So the 4 hour on Sweet says we're still coming down a little bit on the 4 hour. Maybe come back down to, wow, that'd be brutal if it comes back down that low. 248. I guess we'll have to take a look to see what everything else is doing with Ethereum. Ethereum is really the leader in all this, guys. You got to have Ethereum be going good with everything else. Money flow still in red. VWAP is above the zero line. That's good. That's bullish on the 12 hour. The DBSI on Market Cypher says we're projected another red candle. So the question is this a fake out? This full candle with a tiny body and huge wicks on the bottom is called a doji candle, and they are a sign of trend reversal. So you were green, now you're going red, and we will see if we will continue to go red. You know what? It wouldn't be a bad thing though. It wouldn't be a bad thing just to pop up a little bit and then come back down, because then we get that little baby trigger wave. That would be really good. Pepe, what up, bro? It's cracking, man. We are about to head down big time. Is that just a hunch, good sir? That just a hunch? Yeah, tell me. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm screaming bullish, man. You know me. I was generally nervous about this week. Generally nervous, and I'll show you why. 21's moving up. Man, I would say we're still curving more down towards sweet. Clearly we're in this downtrend right here. You can see we're just coming down. And if I had to guess, we probably come down to this level right in here. That's what I would say. That's what I'm gonna guess, man. Like, that's what it looks like. All right, we're gonna jump into our next coin, because you guys know I just want to give you the honest news. Solana, and we're gonna go down the list. Why is Tau above Solana? That doesn't make any sense. I must have put down the wrong spot for some reason. That's weird. I feel like those big four should go together. New lows. Pepe agrees. Boat painter, new lows. I do think it will, where we're at on Sui. I think so. And this looks fairly similar to Sui, just off the 12 hour. I mean, they're literally mimicking each other. Like we saw, we just did this on Sui. Come down to like this range. It's possible. That's what it looks like to me, just off the 12 hour. I mean, we're in a downtrend. Trend's your friend. Don't trade against the trend. VWAP's coming down, hasn't crossed the zero line. We are oversold, and strength is coming down though. We do have one single green dot. Might not be enough to get out. Let's check out the 4 and the daily. Give us a little bit more insight. We have a red dot coming in on the 4 hour. Is there bearish divergence? No, it's not. Nope. Okay. No, there's no bearish divergence, but we do have red dots coming in. So it's something that we have to be wary of, okay? Now, yeah. Red dot says we're coming down. The momentum wave's coming down the 4 hour. Like, I wanted to see red wave still coming lower. VWAP's kind of splashing up. We'll see if it wants to. Oof. The question is it going to be a trampoline or a springboard? And have to see. We'll have to see. Daily says we can have more up action. But you know, if the trend is down, this is probably a fake out. We'll probably come down harder, and then we'll get the action that we need to go to the upside. That's what I'm just thinking off the top. Okay, what we got next? Litecoin, and then whiff. Is that what I'm seeing? Litecoin and then whiff. Do we even have Litecoin saved? I'm sure I do someplace. Yeah, here it is. You guys, all these charts you guys are showing me literally look the same. Coming down to support probably. It's actually possible this could be at its level right there, or just a little bit just below that. But I grab and drag this. Nope, you can't drag this line. Oh, I can. Okay, maybe like right there in this range. It's possible Litecoin is bottomed. It's possible. I mean, it really depends on what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing. The 200's coming down. The 21 crossed over the 50. Makes it a little baby death cross. It did come down to this level right here and dip into it at first and bounced off pretty well. You know, Litecoin is the most probably healthiest of all of them that came down the farthest. Oh, we're at daily. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour says we got some movement to the upside. That was pretty strong movement too. Like, it looks like it wants to keep going. The VWAP still above the zero line. Money flow's leaving, but it still has like some open action. Shoulder, head, and shoulder trigger wave to the upside of the 1 hour. I mean, guys, it's just the 1 hour, so we don't have crazy momentum. But we do got a green down the 4 hour, and that closes in about 1 hour. 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, 4 hour. And the 21's it wants to cross the 50 on the 4 hour. Was that like that with the other coins? Did I miss that? Are we about to make a golden cross? What's Sweet saying? Oh, I did miss that. Interesting. I wonder if that was the bottom. We'll see. There's still downward pressure, so it doesn't necessarily mean that 21's going to cross it, but it's something definitely keep an eye on. It does look beautiful. Where is I at? Where are you at, Litecoin? Trump, Brett, Bonk, shit, Bart. Oh, here it is. Litecoin. So we have the 21 crossing the 50. It did deep pretty low. It's also the only one that we saw with the green dot on the 12 hour, which is pretty good news. And it's forming some sort of, the momentum wave still carrying it, guys. The VWAP kind of ran out a little bit of steam, but still above the zero line. Not bad. Strength kind of money saying that we are oversold. Let's check out whiff. Check out some whiffy. Dude, all these charts look like the exact same, or some weird variation. I'm nervous about this. That looks like a trigger wave to the downside. Okay, so I would be bearish on whiff just off the bat. And we do kind of have this same thing we had going on with the other coins. You have first support could be right here. Second support could be down here range on whiff. That's dang near forming a trigger wave. We have 12 minutes. Oh no, 9 hours for the next wave. What we got going on the 4 hour? 4 hour curvature and the momentum starting to curve down, but it's still showing more to go. VWAP's below the zero line. Yeah, it's coming down more. I just don't know how much more. Probably to the next support. The 1 hour is feeling strong though. The 1 hour does look strong. It's got snake eyes. Snake eyes on the green dots. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I don't know who just subscribed to me. I don't have it pulled up right now, but thank you so much for subscribing. You are awesome. You made my night. The 1 hour is kind of sketch, man. There's some mixed signals on whiff because the DBSI is saying we're going up, but we just formed a death cross. The downside, we have snake eyes, green dots. Momentum wave wants to keep going. Strength is going up. The red money flow, money's leaving though. Okay, uptrend, is this a larger fake out or is this the new trend pattern? People use Litecoin to move funds, so if it's on the way up, I short BTC. Oh, that's interesting, Tremor. Master trader Tremor. Pepe. Come on, Pepe. Do something interesting. More interesting than whiff. I like Pepe. It is the G of meme coins. Now, whiff, it does look pretty similar to whiff. It feels like this is like a half hour behind whiff. Did whiff have a, I'm going to pull this out next to whiff so I can see it easier. And whiff didn't have a trigger wave. Whiff did have a fake green dot though. Pepe did not. UOP's pretty hard on it too. Where are we at? Same thing going, like we haven't quite got to our support levels. We made this big old pull. It shows that you made more gains on it, and we did give them all back. We're in this area. The low would be this area where it can get to. Wow, you know what I just realized? Pepe, we did call this, Pepe. We did say, remember, what was this, 4 hour? I don't know, like a week ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I can't remember. Every day blends in now. But we did say it was going to come below 01. I'm pretty sure we said 9.5. You could correct me if I'm wrong, Pepe, because I really like you to hold me accountable. But I'm pretty sure we called that. We got any reason not to buy more altcoins if the Fed starts cutting rates July, September. Okay, so my opinion, and what I have guessed is back in April, I said we're not going to get cuts till June, July. And now we came around and I said back in May, I was like, we're not going to get it in June. It's not coming. Now, July, what's up? Daniel Gauzy was cackalaking, man. I'll throw up Gala for you in just a second. I'm leaning towards possible cut for July, but more likely it'd probably be August. I think August, September is like almost 100%. And my reasoning for this is when we looked at all the charts and we're timing the momentum waves on the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame, it lines up for a July time-ish window. And not only that, but all season, everybody keeps saying, oh, we're behind, the cycle's changed. No, it hasn't, guys. All season starts at 1,000, on average, 1,084 days from the previous high. And we're at 1,022 days, 1,023 days. So we still have like 60 days before all season is even technically going to begin. And if you look at Bitcoin dominance, I've been saying September from the beginning, but now I think later. It's possible, Dremer. It is possible. I really feel like August, September is supposed to be spicy. Powell still says he's going to do 2 this year, so we'll guess we'll have to see where that actually lands. But what is it? I think July is it August? Is it August when all the ETFs finance have to be approved or denied? They've been postponed so many times. Polymarket and CME odds flipped. Well, that's really interesting. I have not actually looked at that. What do you mean they flipped? Like they don't think, because we have a CME gap at 92.95, and reason why everybody knows I've been more leaning towards bearish. I stood by that before I pull it up. Gala, we'll see. Hey guys, we're probably going to go to 104. Nice. You know, Bitcoin is comping right now. We do have a red dot. Okay, we do have a red dot, and what I was saying is I was nervous because where's this paint pen? We have like an all-time high right there. We didn't get it. We didn't get back up to where we were at. Okay, we tried, didn't succeed. You could even say we tried again here, didn't succeed. And look where we're at now. What's that look like to you guys? If we don't break through, momentum is showing that we're not gaining enough to break above. Now we need something. We need like an event, a tweet, or something to bust through and to invalidate my thesis on the weekly. The weekly we have bearish divergence. right here, and right here, with a red dot to the downside. Now, we've gone over this a couple of different times. Guys, red dots on the weekly and green dots on the weekly are very ominously strong, okay? So these candles are weekly time frames. So I said red dot right here. And the last time it didn't get validated was back over here in 2021. We have, where is it at? Where are you at? I'll find it in just a second. But we have this red dot right here. It plays out. We go down. Okay, we get the green dot. We go up. Okay, good. Green dot goes up. Okay, good. Red dot goes down. Yeah, we still went down. We went from 68 up to 49. Okay, that everybody was strapping their pants. Okay, red dot, same thing. We went down. We could have played into this one. Also, head and shoulders down here. Red dot. This red dot did not play out. Okay, that was in December when we had them. Wait, what December is this? This is 2023. I don't remember why that one didn't play out. That was too long ago. 2 years ago, year and a half ago. No Fed cuts rates in July. They never cut in summers. Well, there you go, guys. Pepe, he's telling you it's not happening summer. He's saying September, y'all. You all, exactly when altcoin season's supposed to happen, guys. Exactly when it's supposed to happen. Red dot. Okay. Red dot, we dipped. Red dot, we still dipped. Red dot, this one didn't play out. Red dot, green dot. That's what we're kind of hoping for over here. There's a red dot, green dot. Are we going to get that red dot, green dot? I don't know. Harry, I can't. It stings. Red dot, we dipped. That was in the bull run. Red dot, green dot. Played out. I'm saying red dot, green dot down here. You know, red dot was invalidated. We had one more top. Green dot, red dot. We ended up still coming down. So we'll probably get a red dot. Which, if we get a red dot, let's say we get 2-3 weeks of bad, not great news, but if we can hold our green dot on the monthly, okay, guys, if we hold it and it confirms, we have 4 days left of confirmation, that could put us up for, a couple months of good times. Good times and the bad, I'll never be mad. That doesn't mean straight up either, okay? So look, we had a green dot right here. We had a couple good months, kind of got the little red dot. Now we're kind of getting another green dot. Like, it might not come right away, So that might end up in September. You'll get a green dot confirmed. You got a whole month. That'll be confirmed July, August. Maybe something good. Powell will not do it. He is stubborn. You know why? He's not stubborn, Pepe. I don't know if you knew this or not. Powell and Trump aren't friends. And they're not just friends because they don't want to be friends. They're actually not friends because Trump is trying to remove the Federal Reserve to go back to the dollar. There's a reason why he said he wanted to fire Powell, and then Supreme Court goes, no, you can't fire him. It's a private company. Trump going, oh, really? No duh. So what happens? They don't want the dollar to go away. They need the dollar there, or the Federal Reserve note. And you know why they don't want to cut rates? Is because the Federal Reserve will make billions of dollars on the interest rates, and they will lose billions if they cut things. You know that one guy's job, if he cuts it, that company will lose billions of dollars. They're going, no. You cut it till after the bonds. The bonds that Biden got are due for Trump, which are terrible. They're absolutely horrible. They're a terrible deal. And we're going to owe a lot of money. And so if they cut it, the country will save billions of dollars. But the Federal Reserve doesn't work for the country. They work for themselves. And they want to enslave all nations. And if Trump's making billions of dollars on these tariffs and gold cards or whatever you want to call them, guess where that money goes? It goes to pay the bonds. It goes and pays the interest. See what I'm saying? They don't like each other. They don't like each other. Them silly goats. Them silly old people. Can't they just do what's best for everybody? Cut the damn rates. I want to get into a new car and a nice house. That's what I'm saying. Is that so much to ask for? All hail Pepe. He knows the way, Jeremy says. July rate cut is possible if Trump sorts out the tariff trade deal before July. I don't know, AJ. Even if he sorts it out, Powell's going to go, well, we haven't seen these new tariff things, how they react. We got to wait a couple months. I could totally see Powell doing that. He's that type of guy for sure. And you also said by flipped, I mean no rate cuts. Odds dropped down from 60 to 30% for September. Really, they dropped from 60 to 30% for September. That's wild. Especially because he says he's going to do 2 this year. It'll be so not cool if he waits until November, December. I will be pissed. Though it will be a great November, December. Am I right? Or am I right? All right, Daniel Ghazi's in here. We know Daniel Ghazi loves them Gala. By the way, though, guys, Ethereum is about to make a freaking trigger wave. And if it can do it, dude, that's going to be a good couple of weeks. I'm not just a couple months. I'm just saying. And we have to watch it, how it plays out. But we have to close above 2,500, which is kind of a lot to ask for. I use Hikinashi candles, guys. I don't know if you ever seen this. I talk about it all the time, but some people never knew it existed. So this is regular candles. And the regular candles, we do got the green dot. But on Hikinashi, the price is $24.92. And Hikinashi uses the previous average of the previous candle. So we're at 25.05 over here, which is good. I'll take it. Hopefully I get the green. Woo! Green dot, man. Calvin, what up? What up, Calvin? Hey, T-Square, where'd you get your shirt from? I want one. Oh, dude, this is OG Bit Squad, man. Back in a name that I don't want to name, Discover Crypto sells them. I have unbiasedly bad taste in my mouth from stuff that happened with them. But, he may or may not sell them down there. To be honest with you, I didn't actually buy this. I did Mr. Bitboy a favor, and one of his people mailed it to me. And I was like, sweet, dude, I'll totally rock that. I do got some merch hopefully coming from Bitwise. I ran into one of the executives when I was down in Georgia, and I was talking to him, and he's like, dude, I'll mail you a box of merch. I was like, dude, sick, dude. I'll totally wear that. Where am I at? Where was I doing? Gala, Daniel. Gala, Daniel Ghazi. And Daniel Ghazi, Gala the Gala. Have you ever been to a gala, Daniel? Man, if you ride this up to the top and sell the top, dude, you gotta tell me, man. And then we gotta go to a gala. Or gala. Man, Daniel. I feel like it's good because it's like at its all-time low. You kind of have that double bottom like vibe. Where's my thingy? So this is like a good sign, right? We get the double bottom, right? It makes me kind of happy. What makes me a little nervous is the VWAP is coming down, but it's kind of like outwardly curved. So it's not like straight down, kind of almost curving inwardly. But it's kind of smooth and plateauing down, where it makes me want to think that it's going to kind of trampoline. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. We kind of want the trampoline springboard. Yeah. But it's not telling me it's going to do that in the next 9 hours. But money flow red. Ugh. Yuck. Yuck. Where's the next support? We could go down to 12. Hoping it sweeps the low again, dude. I'm leaning towards it going down lower. That's where I'm leaning. But where the frick is the support? Is it like an all-time low for like forever? Where the frick did it go? We're at 12. Where are you? Oh my gosh, I lost it. Your coin disappeared, Daniel. Dude, it is at an all-time low. Oh my gosh, no freaking way. You kind of got more like my opinion, Daniel, on the weekly. Okay, the weekly. Things can change. Is that this is not curving towards the other side yet. See, like this one, like if I had my paint pen here and there's a wall going down, kind of like this, it's going almost vertical like that. It needs to make like the boob cup. You know what I mean? It needs to start doing that. Like, it looks more open door right now. Like, it can still go lower. How much lower can it go? Oh, frick, dude, I don't know. Kind of nervously lower. I mean, it's at an all-time low, right? Like, how much how much more can it go? We do have a green dot on the 2-day. You got that. The 3 days not starting the curve. The 3 days starting the curve. Okay. The 5 day, it's not quite there yet. I wanna tell you it's over, but I can't tell you it's over. It could be over, but it looks like it could go a little bit more. Like instead of going a little bit up, it could go a little bit more. Maybe I'm wrong. It does kind of look like a double bottom though. How often does a double bottom doesn't really play out? Bottom. I mean, right there it played out. We shot up and then came back down and formed a new low. As I'm looking at it too, we're having like this, oh, that was a terrible line. What the hell am I doing? What the actual hell? We're kind of having like these lines. It's kind of bouncing off this line as support. Or let's zoom out. Let's see if we can draw a triangle. I love triangles. We got the funk. Yeah, we got the funk. If we're going like this, if we're going like this, that's strong support saying like it's close to a bottom. It's clearly respected this bottom since December of 2022. That's a pretty strong area saying that could be a bottom. Maybe we wick a little bit below it. Like we came down a little bit lower right here. Maybe we come down and wick a little lower and we get to that 1 cent level. That's totally possible. Hey, you guys ever heard of Power Up Publish? I think it's Power Up Publish. He was like this guy on TikTok that was super like into crypto. He actually made a lot of sense, a lot of stuff he talked about. But man, he is a snake oil salesman, dude. He's like, I wrote this book right here about crypto. You guys should check it out. It's the 10 ways to Power Up Publish and how to make money with affiliate marketing. I bought his book. It was like $20. That mother effer, dude. He used AI. His book was literally 1 page. 1 page. He's like, it's a digital copy. You can have it right. Dude, I was like, you mother effer. You scammed me good, man. I couldn't watch him after that. I was like, you pissed me off, dude. You just lost all trust. But, the guy was pretty good, man. He could talk a good game. Could freaking talk a good game. But I want to take you guys over here to X. X. How do I share my screen? Share tab instead. Whoa, we're on X. This isn't even one of the articles I was reading, but everybody's been posting about it. So you know what? We're going to read into it. Let's check it out. It's here. I was going to go to my page, but if it's here right now in front of my face, I guess we can just read it right here. Any idea when Bitboy gets released? It's not going to be too... Yes, AJ, I do have ideas. It's not going to be too much longer, but realistically, it might be like another month-ish, maybe. So he doesn't have any felony charges. You can check it out online. It's just these stupid misdemeanor things, and I'm not going to lie. I think he made that judge a little mad. So they want to make him keep as long as he possibly can. Hopefully he's getting healthy though, man. That's all I pray for. I want to write him a letter and check in on him, see how he's doing, let him know he's not alone, I think he felt alone before the last couple of days he went in there because it was like so much negativity out here, dude. He called AJ and J Chains his enemies. I was like, no. I called them up. I was like, Ben. I was like, dude, those guys are your bros. They've had your back. They help you build your channel. I'm sorry they had weird technical issues with them, but it's not their fault, man. I'm telling you right now, I've talked to those guys. They're solid. So hopefully he can figure it out when he gets out and we can smash it out from here. The dude's got so much charisma in his little body, man. He can do it all again. Let's check it out, guys. Okay. What is this? I don't know. I'll find out. I have no idea what it is. Actually, I kind of do. I'm not going to lie. But I haven't actually read the letter. I read everybody else's statement. All right. Here we go. No, Trent, you stay there. I'm going to read this article. Trent's here, guys. He's trying to pop in. I'll pull him up. Trent, you stay. I talk. Okay? Okay, good. U.S. Federal Housing FHFA in reordering issue order issuing directive to consider cryptocurrencies as an asset in risk assessment. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Order issuing directive consider cryptocurrencies as an asset for single-family loans delivered to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Whereas Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the enterprise maintain a pivotal role in the U.S. finance. You scared me, Trent. Housing finance system by providing stability and liquidity to the secondary market for residential mortgages through prudent standards to help ensure sustainable long-term home ownerships. Whereas cryptocurrencies is an emerging asset class that may offer an opportunity to build wealth outside of stock and bond markets, whereas cryptocurrencies are not typically been considered in the mortgage risk asset process for mortgage loans delivered to the enterprise without converting the cryptocurrencies to US dollars prior to loan closing. Whereas the US Federal Housing FHFA has now determined that the consideration of additional borrower assets in the enterprise single-family mortgage loan risk assessments may enable the enterprises to assess the full spectrum of assets information available for the reserves and to facilitate sustainable home ownership to credible worth borrowers. Now, therefore, U.S. Federal Housing FHFA is conservator hereby directs each enterprise to prepare a proposal for consideration of cryptocurrencies as an asset for reserves in their respective, that's what I'm trying to say, respective single-family mortgages loan risk assessments without conversion of said cryptocurrencies to the U.S. dollar. Each enterprise is directed to consider only cryptocurrencies assets that have been evidenced and stored on a U.S. regulated centralized exchange, subject to all applicable laws. Additionally, each enterprise is directed to consider additional risk mitigants per their asset, includes adjustments for market volatility and ensuring sufficient risk, and any changes each enterprise must submit and receive approval from its board of directors prior to submitting the U.S. Federal Housing. Woo! That's where I'm talking about a mouthful right there, ladies and gentlemen. That was a lot. Hey, Trent, you want to say hi?
Hello. How are you? Let me get 40 on one.
40 on one.
Sorry.
I didn't know people still use cash for gas.
What was that?
I didn't know people still use cash for gas.
Well, we got a weird thing going on. Like we got, as you know, my sister-in-law is getting married on Saturday, and they just had family roll into town, and my mother-in-law, she rolled in and her AC went out in her car at Vegas. So I'm gonna run her over to the dealership real quick. But I needed because it's under warranty, but I needed to run her over in a car that she can't get up in my truck, so I'm borrowing my sister-in-law's car to do it, and she gave me cash and said fill up the tank. So
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
It does when you break it down like that. It does.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, I had to check up on you. I thought, are you going to youth group tonight or no?
No, just because we had that happen last minute with family stuff, but
Oh, I see. Well, we're just going over the news right now, Trent. Oh, before we go any further, guys, I got to tell you about this. This is sweet, okay? So this is for BidFi, okay? New users only. You deposit $100 and you get a $60 bonus. That's 60% of your $100. I mean, come on. That's just saying, hey, come take my money and we're going to have some trade fun. The second thing is we got $500 and you get a $100 bonus. Hey, everybody likes 20%. I like 20%. If I go get 20% off my food at Jack in the Box, I'm feeling pretty good. And guys, it's right there. Yeah, and then you got deposit $1,000 bonus, get $200 back, dude. That's a nice fancy meal for you and your wife. Or you can use this trading leverage and go freaking crush it like that. And to top it all off, if you guys want to get really mega serious, you can put $5,000 in there. You get $1,000 bonus. And no, I know you're gonna say, Tyler, how can it get any sweeter? Okay, well, it can't. Okay, because if you use our affiliate link, you get 20% off trading fees. Is that right, Trent?
That is right. That is right. Because you get you have to remember to say that you get VIP level 2. It just sounds important,
VIP level 2.
It sounds like it sounds like you're somebody important, which you are as a member of the brew crew. We all are important. We are all made in the image of God, therefore we are important. However, we are not all a VIP level 2 trader on BitFi, but you
Right?
can be with our link.
Where did I share this? I shared it today, but I cannot find it, Trent. Um, um, huh. I knew I have it in here someplace. BlackRock, because Hedera got a new governing council. Did you know that? Actually, I think I got two. Because we got Toshi, I think it's called. They're a new part of the Hedera partnership, but there's a new council member. Where the freaking is it? Did I send it to you, Trent? I think I did.
I don't know, but have we ever talked on the stream about the DREC Alliance?
Um, no.
The Decentralized Recovery Alliance, and it's like it's about decentralized solutions for wallet recovery and stuff, and it's like it's a partnership between Cardano, XRP, HBAR, and I believe Algorand. All of the same ISO compliant
Uh-huh.
chains, with the exception of Quant, which is interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Also, quantum's one of the most bullish looking things. Where
Yeah.
are you at? I know you're in here. I saw you earlier.
People don't tend when you think ISO 20022, Cardano isn't the first thing that pops into your mind. It's definitely like I think the niche is definitely more XRP, HBAR, and Algorand come into your mind first. But Cardano is definitely ISO compliant, and it's definitely part of that conversation, evidenced by the fact that it's part of the DREC Alliance along with XRP, HBAR, and Algorand. So,
You know what? I'm trying to find Trent, but I can't find it.
what's that?
Oh, maybe this is it. And This is no. This is March. This is March. Why isn't March last year? I know. I think they got added to their governing council in collaboration with Hedera is collabing with ExxonMobil and Chevron and a couple other ones. Why? Oh, wait. Is this it? B4E. Hedera Council Energy, the nonprofit consumption global. Exxon. Yeah. So it says Hedera Council adds Energy Consortium B4E. Blockchain for Energy, a nonprofit consortium of top global energy firms like ExxonMobil has joined the Hedera Council. So yeah, I was right. Okay, I knew I was going to say it, but I couldn't find him. So ExxonMobil, guys, is one of the top. Trent, would you say Exxon's in the top 10, like top stock holders? I mean, like they're worth trillions of dollars, right? Or
I mean, it's gas and oil industry. They've got to be, and then
yeah,
there's their top dog, right? Like,
yeah. And they have Chevron too. So not only did they get ExxonMobil, but I know they got Chevron, has joined the Hedera Council in advanced standards and emissions reporting sustainability. The B4E uses blockchain streamlined workflows, improved environmental accountability in energy sector. It's a main product for B4E Carbon, is decentralized emission management platform built on Hedera that ensures transparent, tamper-proof emission data, combat greenwashing. It sounds like Chevron's using it. Exxon.
yeah.
By joining the Hedera Council, a governing body of 39 global organizations that oversees govern the Hedera network, B4E will help shape the future platform and operate a network node. Council members run nodes to ensure decentralization, enhance network security, and equal voting in decisions about software upgrades, governance policies, and platform decisions. So, guys, that is huge for Hedera. That's way better than anything Cardano's ever done. Yeah,
Except for native Bitcoin DeFi integration, but
You know, that Hideo does.
Or just being in the top 10
Well,
for
you
a
know,
year.
has Cardano has Cardano actually operated? Have you used the Bitcoin network?
Yeah. It's
Have you?
and oh, have I? No, but I did set up a Lace wallet. And I set that up with every intent to hold some Bitcoin in my Lace wallet on Cardano. So I will be doing.
So you'll be doing more.
What do you? I mean, I'll be doing that, not less, not more, just that.
Do you see this picture? Do you recognize this picture?
Uh, Only reason I'm looking is because I'm stopped at a red light, but it looks
It's a,
like a rock.
it is a rock. These rocks were selling for like 160 Ethereum last bull run.
Oh, it's an NFT.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. That stuff's got to stop, though.
yeah, I know.
Like, I think that it already has stopped, but I mean,
Would you
the
say
next.
that people were washing money?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that, like, art in the physical world is one of the biggest pieces of money laundering in the world. Well, what do you think's going to happen with NFT digital art on the blockchain? Like, it's a money laundering cesspool, evidenced by, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is like, give me a hint if I shouldn't say this, but I mean, the PA community knows a little something about that, right?
No, it's about what?
Yeah.
Sorry, I distracted with this stock that's on our channel.
Um, well, knows a little something about NFTs being used for money
Oh,
laundering.
no comment. No comment. Did you see that a year ago today? Krispy Kreme is down 75% of its stock.
Really?
Look at the chart on Krispy Kreme.
People don't like hot and ready or what?
Dude, I don't freaking know, bro. Look at that chart. That's ugly. Straight donkey dumps. Oh my gosh, Trent. I mean, if you go back, it's all Krispy Kreme's all-time high is when they IPO'd, and they came out at $21, and then a few weeks after that they were at $19, and now they're at $2.50.
Wow.
That's pretty low, Trent. Though you know it's buy the fear, right?
If you had to buy buy the fear, if you had to buy like three non Bitcoin related stocks, what would you buy?
Krispy Kreme.
I guess. I mean, I would just buy an S&P 500 ETF. I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
probably dividend yielding. Actually, you know, I really like a Circle, Coinbase. You know, I'd probably buy crypto stocks, to be honest with you.
yeah.
I really like crypto stocks, though I don't own any of them, but I wish I had more capital coming in so I could buy more.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on SBET stock, MicroStrategies of Ethereum? Any thoughts on SBET stock, MicroStrategy of Ethereum? You know, I'm not going to lie, have heard of it. So I can only give you a technical analysis from, that's all I can give you. I can't even give you like the fundamentals because I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. And I can't say I'm screamingly bullish on Ethereum, like long term, like long term. Like I think it's probably just going to be one of those ones. It's just kind of like, whoa, that doesn't look right to me. Hey Trent.
Hey Tyler.
Is this bullish divergence or is that bearish divergence? That's bullish divergence, right? And we have two. Where the fudge is my thingy? That's weird. How do I get to the paint pen?
Well, I can't see it too well because I'm driving, but
I think
if it's a swing up on price.
It's and a slight swing down on the bottom. So there's
Yeah.
slight bullish divergence. Now, reason why I have a little bit of concern about this stock you told me about, Trent, is a series of a week. It went from $3 to $124.
Wow.
And then the series of the next 2 weeks, it came back down to $10.
Wow,
So,
that's like some altcoin
yeah.
gem gains right there. I mean, imagine if Render pumped to $120. That's what that's like.
So, it's at this first. That's not even. It's kind of like this first baseline of support. So that might not be a bad entry point, to get into it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it pumped like that. I mean, you could tell me, AJ, why it could pump like that. Then I'd feel a lot more better on its fundamentals because that doesn't look right. Nothing should pump that hard. Wait a minute. How does a stock even pump that hard without circuit breakers being going off? They hold 188,000 Ethereum in their treasury. Well, did they announce? How? Yeah, but did they accumulate that in one quarter? Like, because you know what I mean? As a publicly traded company, they have to disclose what they're holding.
Right.
So they just buy up 188,000. I think I've actually heard of this now. You mentioned it. That's ringing a bell. The 1 hour has a red dot on it. It's closed with the red dot on it. It says we could go down more. Take that for what it is, The money flow is coming in. VWAP's kind of coming down. It might dip a little lower, not too much, maybe like 10%, which that might be a big deal in some stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would say on that. AJ subscribed to the channel, I do believe, Trent, and he.
Can I see someone in the comments ask when Bitboy's getting out of jail? Was that AJ?
That's AJ. Yeah, he was commenting on my shirt and asked me where I got it, and you know how that goes.
So, look, the thing is, it was on the books for yesterday, but I haven't heard anything, and likely the reason for that is that he wasn't exactly getting released, but rather he was getting released to a different county to settle another matter. So I don't really know at this time.
One county done, another one to go. So hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully sooner than later, right, Trent?
Right.
That's weird. Usually it shows the time on there. Do you know StreamYard doesn't show how long we've been streaming for? Usually it shows me.
It says 54 minutes on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I wonder why it's not showing me on mine.
I
just realized you can put the thingy over the eye and then it shows how where everybody's watching from. I didn't even knew that before.
Yeah.
Interesting. But that's not. It says. Oh, I guess we are right. Oh, guys, check out the bubbles for the day. Picoin outperformed data again. I don't want to brag. What 47 cents, 5 cents. What's hey, Trent, this is worth 62 cents. What's ADA worth right now?
Well, about 57 cents.
Oh,
however,
gosh, I should have invested in Picoin.
Do it by market cap though, and also
there's more to gain from Picoin than there is ADA.
If I was a betting man, things are going to end badly for people left holding the bag on Picoin. You could say that about any altcoin. I get it. The problem is, if you're in the right altcoins, you can hold them cycle to cycle, and they will recover.
I bet you one Picoin to 5 ADA.
It's not. Just one to 5. That's fine. It's not gonna end well though. There's just. I know I've said this before.
You want to put a time frame on Picoin not ending?
Well, Yeah, by like,
You think it'll survive the next bear market?
no, I don't.
I think it will, Trent. You know why?
Why?
It's already survived 2.
Well, not as a trade, not as an exchange tradable asset.
Yeah, well, everybody thought Cardano was going to die too. It went from $3.50 down to 20 cents.
I mean, as did everything else, but what I mean is that I believe you're going to see some kind of scandal with Pipeline. Is what I'm getting at.
No.
I don't have hard data to back that up, but here's what I have: is my gut, which right now is a little too big, and also is is not always right. However, I just think that there's no way, like the thing that Picoin encourages, which is get something for nothing. It's not sustainable, and it feeds into a mindset that doesn't produce diligent, disciplined investors. It produces people that punch a button on their phone every day, and you don't end up, even if there is no scandal, you're just there's going to be very few millionaires from it per and what I mean by that is like percentage of user base. Like
Yeah.
1 for 1, any other good solid chain is going to have more millionaires per capita. The reason why is that you're not going when you're clicking a button on your phone every day, you're not learning to DCA. You're not learning to um, buy the fear and sell the greed. You're not learning to be a disciplined investor, and therefore you're going to you're going to lose somehow. Odds are, odds are. So that's why any other good reputable chain is going to produce more millionaires per capita, 1 for 1.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Well, we have a couple indicators on Bitcoin dominance on the weekly and the 2 weekly. We have 2 green dots saying that they will have continuation in the dominance. And we were talking earlier before you came here, should we expect rate cuts? They said in the chat that it went from a 60% in September and it dropped to a 30% in September. But Jerome Powell said he was going to do 2 this year. So when do you think he plans on doing 2? You think that we won't get one in September, or do you think that we'll get one before or after? Really, you got 3
Well,
options.
BTC.D didn't drop to 30% in September.
So
It dropped to later, around December or so, it dropped down to about 55 or something, 54. And we all thought that, hey, this could be the breakdown for BTC.D, but it would have had to prove itself a little further, the breakdown anyways. In 2021, dominance went from about 60% to, bottoming at around 38%. And when you lay it cycle over cycle like that, a low of 54 so far is still pretty high. And so even in Q4 of last year, that was not a real altcoin season. It was a relief rally.
yeah,
you know. But yeah, I mean we are going to get one just because Bitcoin dominant. Look, show me the charts. I'll show you the news. I don't know if it comes from rate cuts. I don't know what it comes from. But now I do think that the Federal Reserve will cut rates by Q4. But regardless, I don't know what it comes from. All I know is that you look at the charts and Bitcoin dominance cannot hold that uptrend for much longer.
I'm just looking back at some of the time frames on the alts, and what I think I find really interesting, Trent, is that Bitcoin and Ethereum topped out November 10th, and Cardano topped out September 1st, which is like a
Yeah.
whole month prior to, you know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Yeah, well, it was news driven because September 1st, 2021 was the Alonzo hard fork when smart contracts went live on Cardano, which was huge. You know, since 2017 for that. And so, yeah, the day or the week of that launch, looking back at it, you could expect that to be the top. I mean, that seems pretty fair.
Yeah.
But you had from that point all the way to the peak of Bitcoin and Ethereum,
It was $2.
to still take profits in a pretty high range. So,
And you know what? In Crypto.com hit its peak. Crypto.com hit its peak November 24th, 14 days after Bitcoin dominance hit its peak.
wow.
And you know how much time frame you had to get your money on that? You had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days before it fell 30%.
Yeah.
I mean, within that 8 days, it fell 30%. Not
Right.
like, I'm just taking a look at things. So that's really interesting. So that came after that. I'm just trying to figure out how altcoin season's going to play out. Like what coins are going to pop and how much should we expect them before or after dominance?
Right. Well, and then in 2021, you had the whole issue of some coins, like look at Chainlink. Chainlink actually had its peak in the first run up before the May crash.
That's how VeChain was too. VeChain crashed April 2021.
Right.
Okay. And it never got back up there.
Right.
I mean, in November, it peaked at 18 cents.
Yeah.
Wow. I never even knew that. What were you saying about Chainlink, Trent?
Well, just that it had its peak in the first run up. It had its peak in April rather than November of 2021. Which, it makes you wonder, coins that had their peak in the second half, are they going to be stronger this cycle? I don't think so. I don't think that there's necessarily a correlation, but it is a question people have asked.
Yeah. I'm just taking a look real quick on some token metrics. 2020, 19. VeChain's been around since 2017.
I did not know that exactly, but that makes sense.
And since last bull run, they had 85 billion. They had a couple unlocks, really didn't do anything to the price. There's no reason why the unlock should diluted it more. It just kind of they had 1 or 2 billion unlocked, but they have 85 billion locked. So that didn't really fluctuate too much.
Yeah.
That's interesting. No, I didn't know that. When did Tron peak, Trent? Do you know?
What was what now?
Wow, did you know Tron peaked actually this year? It had its all-time high.
I did see that, yeah.
It had 2 wicks for 44 cents. Which is
I don't think that Tron's gonna go very high above that peak.
Yeah.
In the next run, just because I don't know. I just think that it doesn't have enough utility and staying power to prove itself like that,
Sure.
Here's the reason why. to me, there's no reason Tron should ever be in the top 10. But it has been at various points throughout the last year. And so what does that tell you about Tron dominance, quote unquote? Um, you know, like the dominance is small, right? But say it's like a 0.5% higher than a lot of altcoins. Well, that's a big difference, and I don't think that when the market really runs and liquidity flows to utility and liquidity flows to projects that matter, um, I don't think that like Tron is going to lose a lot of dominance. I think because
Yeah.
its dominance grew in the last year or two, and I think that that's going to work against it in the next run up. So
Interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm charting, and I forgot to share my chart again. So I have Link pulled up right here, and I'm wondering, how would you do the measure move, Trent? Is it the top of the wick, top of the candle to the bottom of the triangle, or is it like this? Draw that out on chain link, and you could say, well, if it breaks out from right here, you could say Link's new high would be 54. That doesn't seem very right, though. I feel like it should be so much more than that.
draw the two left points of the triangle.
Yeah.
Connect the two left points of the triangle, and then pull it over.
Yeah. Do you pull it over to the bottom of the triangle?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, it says that Chainlink only has the ability to go to $57, which is a 4.5x from where it's currently at.
Well, you have to ask yourself what happens from there, though. Is it forming a bull flag from there? You know,
I don't.
is it like that's just the measured move from that pattern? By the time it gets to 57, we don't know. What is the pattern doing at that point? Is it forming an inverse head and shoulders? Is it forming a series of bull flags? You know, like
the second pattern being built into the first pattern. The first pattern telling you 57, but the second pattern is what it's going to tell you. It can go after that.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, Trent, I'm thinking about wrapping it up. If that's okay with you, are you good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, and also, I don't know who the other person subscribed. We got 2 subscribers today on the live. Thank you so much for subscribing and pointing the most hydrated crypto community out on the interweb. We may not be the smartest, but we are the most handsome and artist pushing. And guys, that's why Trent has his screen blacked out so you can't see his handsome face. He doesn't want you guys to get jealous. I'm just kidding. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for coming in and checking us out. Guys, find the link with BitFi, Crypto Analyzer Pro, and Caleb and Brown in the link below. We're here every single day. We're going to be here tomorrow at 7:30, and I'll even let you guys check out Trent's beautiful face tomorrow. I know you guys don't really want to see it. And thank you for showing up and showing us support. You guys have a good night. We'll talk about the news tomorrow. All right. Peace.